We're back with Scott Smolsky, owner of Watermen Mechanical in Edmonton, to talk about the top DIY plumbing tips every homeowner should know. Whether you're dealing with a leaky faucet, a clogged drain, or just want to be more confident handling minor plumbing tasks, Scott's here to help you avoid costly mistakes and know when it's time to call in a pro. All right, Scott, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Trevor.
Awesome. So, Scott, for homeowners in Edmonton looking to tackle small plumbing tasks, what's the first tool they should invest in?
A small plumbing task?
Yeah.
I would say a wrench.
A wrench?
A wrench.
All right.
Yeah.
What type of wrench? Any specific wrench?
An adjustable wrench. Most people call them a crescent wrench.
Mm-hmm. And what does that help you do?
So it's going to help you tighten up valves, tighten up a lot of the leaks that we take care of can often be tightened up with a crescent wrench or an adjustable wrench.
Perfect. There you go. Question number 2, let's say somebody notices a dripping faucet. What is a simple fix that they can try before calling in a plumber?
So before calling in a plumber for a dripping faucet, obviously you can shut the water down and see if you can easily take apart that plumbing fixture that's dripping. If it doesn't look like it's going to be an easy fix, then you might have to end up calling us because you do need more than just an adjustable wrench to fix most of the faucets in your home.
Sure. So when it comes to a leaky faucet, what are some of the potential problems that occur with a leaky faucet?
So potential problems would be a cartridge that can be dislodged with, any sort of buildup, calcium buildup, or rubber from different parts of your plumbing system. Valves, a lot of the older style shutoff valves have rubber seats inside of them, rubber washers or seats, and that can get dislodged over time and get caught up in your cartridge, cause faulty cartridges.
There you go. Fair enough. Number 3. Are there any safe and effective ways to clear a clogged sink or shower drain without using harsh chemicals?
The best way is the mechanical method. So sending down a drain auger is obviously the best choice. We don't typically recommend much for the chemical treatments just because it is hard on the system. It can be hard on older pipes. And then if you do have a leak in your piping system that you're unaware of at the moment, it can present itself with some of the harsh chemicals.
Okay, so get something down there and yank that thing out or call a plumber.
Yeah.
All right. I think the answer at the end of all of these is call a plumber. Okay.
Yeah.
Question number 4 is, how can Edmonton homeowners winter-proof their plumbing without hiring a professional?
So the best thing you can do in the fall is disconnect your hose by far.
Okay.
A lot of homeowners phone us and they haven't disconnected their hose. So the water actually, even in a non-freeze hose bib, Trevor, the water is going to sit in that hose bib. It's going to freeze. There's most likely going to be a crack in your wall or ceiling. Then come springtime when they go to use the water again, it's going to present itself and possibly flood your basement.
There you have it, folks. So disconnect your hoses. That is the
number one winter tip is disconnect your hoses.
Yeah.
The other one I would recommend come fall is always make sure that your main water shutoff works and is properly functioning. You can test that. It's right beside your water meter, which is often located in your mechanical room, beside your hot water tank or thereabouts. The biggest thing you can do is just turn it off. Make sure that when you do turn it off, you test the faucet upstairs or downstairs. Let the water run for a while because the pressure should drop and then you should just get a small trickle or no water at all after some time. Because if you can't shut off your main water, then when you do have a leak, if something springs in the winter because a frozen pipe, then you're going to be going to turn it off and it won't do it. So you're going to have a continuous leak and then you're in real trouble.
Yeah. Then you're going to have a swimming pool in the basement.
Yeah.
An indoor,
nice soggy.
An indoor pool you never wanted.
Exactly. Yeah. Ice cold.
Yeah. Right. Okay. The other thing I was thinking about was your sump hose.
Yes.
I had one time in our last house that we owned, the sump hose was still connected and it froze. So then I kept hearing this noise and I'm like, what is going on? And the sump tried clearing, but it froze right at the connection outside.
Okay.
So it would go up and then it would drain back down. It would go up and drain back down. So it was trying to...
Yeah, it just keeps on cycling.
Yeah.
And then can obviously burn out your pump. So then in the springtime when you actually need it, it's not working anymore, but you don't know it yet. So disconnecting the sump hose is a big one. The other thing, a preventative measure we can do is put a summer-winter switch over in some homes. In some applications it works, and obviously in some it doesn't. But that basically means you're putting it inside the home into your drainage or storm system.
Cool.
So that way it never freezes in the wintertime.
Right. Did not know that.
Yeah.
There you go. Number 5, when it comes to toilet issues, What are a few DIY fixes that actually work, and which ones should people avoid?
So I would think the biggest issue with toilets is either your fill valve becomes faulty.
Yeah.
So it will just keep filling your toilet and you'll hear a bit of a hissing sound. It sounds like, maybe not water is running, but you will hear a slight hiss. So you can kind of jiggle that. You could maybe lubricate it with a little bit of water or possibly some sort of other type of silicone lubricant that can sometimes save the lifetime of your fill valve. The other thing would be a flapper valve. So that's in the bottom of your toilet tank. You don't have to put your hand in the toilet bowl ever, but it's in the back of your toilet tank. And honestly, you can just shut down your toilet, the supply line to your toilet, and just clean it off. Sometimes it gets caught up with debris or gets a bit coated with some hardness. And so if you just clean it off and try it again, then sometimes that works.
There you go, folks. A couple of simple tips that might actually fix it before you have to go to the store and try and find a replacement.
Exactly.
Awesome. Number 6, what is the easiest way for a homeowner to check for hidden leaks in their home?
So for a hidden leak, so if you notice that your water bill is going up or something, you look at your water bill, it's gone up quite a bit in that month. The best thing to do would be make sure that all your faucets are turned off, your dishwasher, your laundry isn't running. Leave your water meter on, but you go and open it up and make sure that that water needle isn't still spinning when your house is not using any water. If it is, you've probably got a leak somewhere. It could be, oftentimes it's a humidifier valve. It can often be somewhere on your toilet or possibly a leaky shower that you just haven't noticed.
All right, there you go. There's some really good answers to that question about mysterious leaks that you suspect might be happening. Then in that case, I would definitely call a plumber to come and suss it out and fix that for sure.
For sure. Yeah. And we can definitely do that.
All right. Number 7, you've probably seen some DIY jobs go sideways.
For sure.
All right. No. So what's one common mistake homeowners make even when they're trying to do the right thing?
I would say the biggest mistake that we see homeowners do is they try to install their own shower systems. Ooh. So you can buy a one-piece shower kit from Home Depot or one of the big box stores. It says it's easy to install, but there are quite a few, issues that can arise from that. Just from your walls being out of level, from your obviously the connecting the drainage and the water lines is a big issue. And you can't tell some of that stuff in a finished home until it's too late and it's caused a lot of damage for you. Right. So I think that, installing your own DIY shower kits is probably the number one problem that we see.
There we go. I did a bathroom one time. I will never, ever do that again.
Yeah. It's a lot of work.
It's awful. It's not worth it for me. Okay, number 8, for those installing new fixtures like a faucet or a shower head, what's a tip that can help avoid damaging their plumbing system?
Try to not use a wrench and scar the faucet or shower head. That's going to be one of the main issues that you come across. Somebody's going to tighten it up and you're going to have scarring, and then whoever bought that fixture or comes into the house to look at it isn't going to like the look of it because it's all chipped up.
What should they tighten it with?
Well, there's different methods. Obviously, an adjustable wrench is preferred, a strap wrench. There's different types of tools that we can use or different techniques that we use.
I know we've talked about it at least once or twice in this video, but let's go over it one more time. So share with us step by step, safely turning off their main water supply.
So if you need to shut your main water supply off at your home, it is always just before the water meter, which is usually in the mechanical room located near your hot water tank. Sometimes they're in hidden spots. In older homes, they can be far away. In that case, your best bet is to search for a large water line that's going to your hot water tank and try to follow it back outside of the mechanical room and then do some investigative work on that. Okay. But usually they're pretty simple. You just go to your water meter location and just turn it off.
Right.
Okay.
So sometimes they're the twisty kind, sometimes they're the ball valve.
That's correct. Newer ones are going to be a ball valve. It's a quarter turn. So it's easy to tell when those are on and off. The handle should be in line or parallel with the water line. And when it's off, it'll be perpendicular.
Right.
Okay. Now the other ones are gate valves or globe valves, which often you find in older homes, probably before the 1990s or the 2000s. And that you're going to have to fully turn to the right. Obviously, the old saying, righty tighty, lefty loosey. Yeah. So you just turn that valve all the way as far as you can to the right. Now, hopefully it isn't, it's in good shape and it's not going to break.
Yeah. Cause those ones, they do fail.
They can.
Yeah.
They can for sure.
And they leak, they can always trickle or leak. And then, you can call a plumber like, Watermen Mechanical to come over and replace that with a better valve.
And oddly enough, we had one of our service techs out to somebody's house to replace one this morning.
There you go.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a procedure that you follow with EPCOR, and we can walk you through that as well.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Last question. Finally, when is a plumbing issue small enough to handle yourself? And when should Edmonton homeowners pick up the phone and call Watermen Mechanical?
So oftentimes, when you're dealing with faucets, I would say that's probably your easiest bet, or possibly a hose bib. Leaky hose bib or a leaky faucet, like we talked about earlier, could be a cartridge issue. On the hose bib, it could be a vacuum breaker issue, and it's on the top of the hose bib. That'll be a newer style of hose bib, and you can just untwist that and put in a new vacuum breaker. That's an easy fix, and we get called out for those often. But people have a hard time describing what the problem is sometimes over the phone. So before we get there, we don't always know. The cartridge or the low flow in your faucet, and then you can take apart your aerator and just give it a quick clean out. There's a lot of water hardness in Edmonton's water. We sell a lot of water softener systems, and a quick clean out of the cartridge can cure a lot of water flow issues.
All right. There you have it, folks. Thanks so much, Scott, for sharing all the valuable information with us about plumbing and DIY projects that people can do at home. If you guys are looking for some plumbing help in the Edmonton area, definitely call Watermen Mechanical.
Thanks, Trevor.
You betcha. See you next time.